Hello, YouTube. This is your girl, Carmen Kaboom, broadcasting live from the Boom Boom Room. You know, wherever I am, that is the Boom Boom Room. So now I am at the scene of the crime. And unfortunately, that is the Boom Boom Room. You know, oftentimes I'm sitting here while I'm sitting here on my live stream. You will see me looking at the window. And I do that because there's an influx of trash that is frequenting this neighborhood, and I'm getting ready to move. And I never should have came over here, but I was desperate. And this is what I consider the mecca of trash as it relates to this city and thievery. A lot of stealing, killing, and destroying goes on over here in this community, this part of the city, and it has a high ratio of niggas, and there is a difference between blacks and niggas. And there's a lot of niggas over here. There is a few decent blacks and a few decent whites and Hispanics and such. But the majority of the population in this area of the city is niggas who don't want shit, don't want other people to have shit, and never will have shit, and probably smell like shit and built like shit too. But I digress. This past Saturday, which was October 13th or 14th, I believe, my vehicle was stolen, and I'm very devastated by that. And I was talking about this earlier, but the Wi-Fi connection was very shaky, and the chat went out all of a sudden. So I'm starting the video all over again, and I suspect that my landlord possibly may have some responsibility in my vehicle being stolen because of the nature in which it was stolen and the circumstances. After I have repeatedly reported and complained to him concerning suspected, in my opinion, suspected illegal activities in this area concerning his tenants that is renting from him, well, staying around here from him, and the trash that they bring with them that are in and out of this area and parking around my vehicle at the last 2 or 3 weeks this has been going on. I felt very uncomfortable, and as a landlord, it's his responsibility to try to maintain the safety and security of the tenants. And he has failed in that regard. And my other neighbor has announced today that they're gonna move too. So we might be moving in together and being roommates. And I'm fine with that because he's very disheartened by a lot of things that the landlord is doing. And the problem is with a lot of these landlords, they are only concerned about money. And when you let money just run you are a very dangerous individual. And today I noticed when I came back from the store, I walked to the store up the street, and like I said, a lot of times when I'm doing my live streams, I'll be looking at the window because I have to monitor this area because the landlord has no regard for the safety and security of me and my vehicle. So, I have to be the security guard in that regard. And he doesn't care, so I have to care for my own safety and my vehicle. So I notice a lot of the trash that is renting from him. They bring a lot of trash with them. And They have been parking around my vehicle. And which and what makes this more complex and shifts the whole scenario of this situation is the fact that this landlord is a former cop. So that changes everything, right? And earlier, when I was doing the live stream, my chat disconnected, which has never happened, and the Wi Fi soon went out. And it makes me think, could the landlord possibly be doing something? Was he not pleased with what I was saying? And, you know, maybe he cut the connection. I don't know. But nevertheless, I will stand on what I say. And, this is what I feel. This is my experience. And the fact that he and so many his turned away from suspected illegal activity as well as illegal activity as it relates to illegal drugs being used in on his property. It makes me in other suspected illegal activity. It makes me think, what type of cop was he when he was an active cop? If he turns away, and act like he doesn't see and won't acknowledge the illegal activity that is occurring and the suspected illegal activity that is occurring on his property. One of his tenants, who looks like, in my opinion, a crackhead, has no teeth, and just walks around all the time. A lot of times he doesn't work. He just stands around, sits around, smoking dope, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol. And I suspect, with all that traffic, all that foot traffic, because he didn't have a car before, and just walking back and forth, walking, walking, walking. I have been suspecting for a while, especially with him not working a lot. I have been suspecting that he's probably selling drugs, but I couldn't prove it. I suspect that he is. So today, when I walked to the store and I was coming back, I noticed that that same neighbor has a brand new BMW. And I was like, wow. So I'm walking now. And he, since my vehicle has been stolen, and he probably has a hand in it, I suspect, I can't prove it, but I suspect that him and that poor white trash white female that is renting from the landlord also, that just a drifter and done get dropped off over here, she hasn't been working. 3 weeks hasn't been working. I suspect all three of them are colluding possibly and are responsible possibly for my vehicle being stolen. And maybe that BMW is a reward for my vehicle being stolen. Maybe that dude was the lead in the whole scenario. And I suspect that he may have been the orchestrator. Maybe he has the connections that got it done. And his alibi was he was out at the club all day and all night. Well, just because you're at the club all day and all night, that doesn't mean that you didn't have a hand in it. You didn't have anything to do with it. Even if you're at the club all day and all night, you still get that telephone and can make things happen. You know what I mean? And I believe that's what's going on. And lately, these last I would say a week and a half, he's been doing a lot of that on the phone. Got a lot of business on the phone. I'm like, who is he talking to? Because he looks like a nobody, in my opinion. Don't have no business going on. And a lot of females are desperate, but I don't think he's talking to no female on that phone. It could be, but I doubt it. Could be talking to his mama. I don't know, but he's heavy on that phone. And I think, in my opinion, that something's going on real shady. And that landlord, he has a lot of luxury vehicles. And I'm trying to think, could that be one of the landlord's vehicles? Because they done got real tight all of a sudden. And I'm wondering, could this vehicle be a reward? I mean, he don't even fit the vehicle. He looks like trash, in my opinion. But here he is, showing up with a BMW. Big body. All of a sudden. Yes, Cora, major. And I think I'm in the middle of it. I think I'm in the middle of it. And I don't feel good about it. I think I'm in the middle of a major crime ring, possibly. And we all know, based on what we've seen and heard in the news, how a lot of, not all, but a lot of current and former dirty cops get down, and how the whole brotherhood gets down, and how they get away with it too. So, when my vehicle got stolen this past Saturday night, it was very quick, in less than 2 minutes, because I had just moved my vehicle, because I looked out there and I could see some suspicious activity going on around my vehicle. Somebody was driving a white town car. I think it was a black dude. And I saw him last week driving slow, hanging out with one of the tenants. And see, they're hanging out now. They're hanging out now. And see, what happens is, a lot of times, not all the time, but these girls with this Section 8, you cannot mix working class, or you shouldn't. You shouldn't mix working class with Section 8, this Section 8, because a lot of these girls hide these criminals. Most of these guys that they have in their house, they have warrants, active warrants, they selling drugs. And I suspect that this white girl that the landlord is renting to, she hadn't been working the past 3 weeks, and she keeps telling him she's looking for a job. She has an interview. This is the longest interview to come I've ever seen. I suspect that she's prostituting, but I can't prove it. And I also suspect that she might be sexually pleasuring the landlord in lieu of monetary rent payment. Maybe her mouth is the payment, or that hole between her legs. I don't know. But I do know this: he won't listen to me as it relates to anything that I have to say about her. And I have reported a lot of this activity that she's bringing around here, a lot of this suspected criminal element that she's bringing around. Most of these guys that she's bringing around, they are young, questionable looking black males. And he would not listen to me these past few weeks when I told him what was going on, how she's bringing constantly around the clock, constantly bringing different questionable looking black males around here and how they're hanging around my vehicle. I don't feel comfortable about it. I'm responsible for my vehicle, okay? And, you know, he would not listen. He was caping for that trash no matter what. And that made me kind of concerned. Why is he defending her so hard? And when they would park near my vehicle, okay, I would move my vehicle. And I was telling him that he would not do anything about it. And according to him, we're not supposed to have a lot of disruptive company hanging around, hanging out, staying overnight, creating problems. And this was happening. This was happening. He did nothing about it. So he is liable, in my opinion, as it relates to my vehicle being stolen. And I do plan to file a lawsuit. And I told him that. He said he doesn't care. He said I can go ahead and do whatever I have to do. And after my vehicle was stolen, he called me several times to antagonize me and to be facetious, probably questioning me. Have you found your vehicle? Have you talked to the police? Why would I talk to the suspected responsible party that's probably stolen my vehicle and had it stolen about my vehicle? Why would I do that? And I wasn't going to tell him anything. The bottom line is my vehicle has been stolen, it's missing. And he failed to do what I feel like he should have done to prevent this from happening. And when I told him, he asked me why did I think my vehicle had been stolen, and I told him that it is possibly because he allowed this trash to hang around, and he was very offensive and defensive when I said that. And he said, "You need to watch your mouth. You don't need to judge people." And I told him, I call them like I see them. And no matter what I said about that trash, she is trash. They are trash. He wasn't hearing it. He didn't want to hear anything that I have had to say about them. He has been caping and defending them no matter what. So Saturday, I noticed there was a white town car that had circled around, driving slow, went down the street that way, came back, parked behind my vehicle. And then there was another vehicle that the white girl, she has that guy coming around. And one of them was in the front. The town car was in behind me. So I moved my vehicle. It was raining a little bit. And shortly after, it was like 2 minutes later, I was writing everything down because I've been keeping a journal. I've been keeping a journal and documenting a lot of this suspicious activity in this little book. And I write down the date and the time. And while I was writing down what was going on, I now this is what I did immediately after I moved my vehicle. After I seen that suspicious activity going on, I was writing down what I saw, giving a description and everything. And then I looked up and looked at the window because I was keeping the window open. And I looked at the window, and just that quick, my vehicle was gone. And I said, wait a minute. And at first I thought I was seeing things. I thought my eyes was playing tricks on me because I have never had my vehicle stolen before. Never. And I kept looking at the window, and sure enough, my vehicle was gone. I hear another motor out there now. Hold on. I'm gonna go to the window and look. I gotta get out of here. I think some criminal behavior is going on. I think something is going on. I think I'm in the middle of a crime ring, and I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to get the fuck out of here. If motherfuckers will steal your car, a whole car, they'll steal you. And I ain't gonna hang around for them to steal me. I think something is going on. Hold on, let me look at the window. And see, it's another man. It's another man up the street that the black trash neighbor hangs around. Let me look at the window again because I want to be sure about this description. Hold on. Let me look at the window one more time. Okay. Okay. Now, I looked at the window. Now it's another dude. It's another dude. Now he hangs out with a black neighbor with no teeth. The black neighbor, the black dude with no teeth, he hangs up all of a sudden, well, instantly, since the trashy white female, in my opinion, she's a trashy white female. And I knew she was trouble when she first came. Now, now look, he done started hanging around here. He used to would not come down here and park and hang out. Now, yesterday, this morning, and just now, he's hanging out there, right out front. He used to wouldn't come out here, so that lets me know he's getting comfortable. He's getting comfortable. I think both of them, in my opinion, I suspect they are running some dope, and they using that pest control slash lawn care business as a front. And some days they go out and cut grass maybe 30 minutes and they come back. Or they may go an hour and a half another day and they come back. Then the next day or two, they may not work at all. Then that third day or the next day, they may stay 8 hours or 5. And I said, this is very strange. Now, considering that, now he could have some money because a lot of people that have money, they don't look like they got money, they look broke. And he got a real dull, broke look about himself. Now, all of a sudden today, now he hadn't been working that much. Now, mind you, he could have won a lawsuit and got a settlement. He could have saved some money or gotten a life insurance policy cashed in from his grandmama or his mama or his daddy. You know, he could have won the lottery. He could have won at the casino. I don't know. But all of a sudden today, he comes back with a brand new BMW. That's kind of strange to me. That's kind of strange to me. It don't add up. He looks like a dusty, dull black dude, and he don't even look right in that car. It don't even fit him. So now we done traded places. I was driving. Now my vehicle done got stole. Now I'm walking. Now he is riding a brand new BMW. Wow. 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 Ain't that something? And and I suspect that it could be possibly a reward car. I can't prove it, but I suspect that might be his reward for orchestrating everything, possibly brokering the whole situation. Yeah. And I can't forget the conversation and how my landlord looked at me. He gave me a look Saturday, a few hours before it happened. And I told him that I was looking for another place to move. And I was trying to be careful about where I moved to because I didn't want to go from bad to worse. And he did not like when I said that because that was kind of insulting to his business. And he told me, this is my business. And if you don't like it, you know what to do. And he has never talked to me like that. He has never given me that look like he gave me. And I knew that that look meant trouble. I knew that much. And that kind of concerned me. So, the even before that, Thursday and Friday, I was contemplating, should I pay him rent? Should I just go ahead and move, on a whim because I was not feeling comfortable because there was a lot of suspected criminal element hanging out. And I don't hang around trash. I do not hang around trash. I do not hang around criminals and suspected criminals. I don't do that. And I have standards and I told him that and he didn't care. And when I told him that he had been bringing all that trash around, and I repeatedly asked him and requested when the last people moved out, I asked him repeatedly, please do not bring any trash around here. Please try to rent to somebody decent. And he said that he would. And, I think he tried, but he still ended up breaking under the pressure of his addiction to money. And then when he brought what he brought in, she wasn't even working. This white, in my opinion, white trash female, she wasn't even working. And he allowed her to sit around and smoke dope and smoke cigarettes and bring all these different questionable black males around, in and out, in and out, in and out, constantly. And I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And Saturday, when I mentioned that, he tried to discount that and shut that down and make it not be what it obviously is: suspected prostitution, suspected drug sales. And he said that she told him those were her Uber drivers. Honey, I have never seen an Uber driver go in somebody's house and stay long enough to get their dicks up or a quickie. I ain't never seen no Uber driver go in somebody's house. I thought the Uber driver go and pick up the person and take them where they need to go. I didn't know Uber drivers go in your house and you don't go nowhere. Sometimes you do, but most of the time you don't. That's not an Uber driver. That's a customer by any other name. Okay. Yes, Cora. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes, Cora. That's exactly what it was, in my opinion. Yeah. You know, a lie don't care who tell it, just as long as it gets told. And I felt so insulted in my intelligence because he was trying to play me for a fool. That's not an Uber. But he said that she told him those were her Uber drivers. See what I mean? He is going to defend her no matter what, just because she's white. And it makes me so disgusted to see my own race throw me to the side and doodle in my face while upholding this reject from the white community. In this climate of racism, increase of racism, they got white people, not all, but a lot of them, calling the police on black people for nothing. We have so much brutality and so forth. But here this black man is who say he's a Christian and he done even invited me to his church. You see, the devil goes to church. And I have zero respect for him behind this. And I see him for what he is. And he said he has cancer, trying to make me feel bad for him so I won't be putting my foot on this situation, on the neck of this situation. He said 2 weeks ago, he said, and while I was talking to him 2 weeks ago about this girl and all of this trash that she's bringing around, while I'm talking to him, he's looking down on the ground. And when you talking to somebody about something serious and they looking down at the ground, they scratching their head and looking around, they don't care what to hear what you're saying. And he gonna tell me, well, I been so busy with this radiation. I got lymph what is it? Cancer, the lymphomic cancer or something. And it's taking so much of my time, and I had to go to this funeral yesterday, and I don't have nothing to do with that. If you are not able to fulfill the responsibilities and duties of your position as a landlord, you need to stop. Give me my money back and let me go on about my way. So, okay, so after my vehicle got stolen, okay, the white girl, oh, she had her light on. I could see her light on. But when the police came to do the report for me, I saw her, she turned her light off, and I saw her blind moving. She was looking, she was listening. And ever since, she been having her window open so she can listen in case the police come back. And all of a sudden, he probably told them to lay low because they haven't been walking as much and they haven't been bringing as many questionable black dudes around. They still been coming, but not as much. All of a sudden, I haven't been seeing them going in and out, smoking dope. But every day, they used her, the white girl, and the black dude with no teeth. They used to hang 10 smoking dope smoking buddies. But all of a sudden, they don't want to smoke dope. They've been delivered from smoking dope. They don't want to smoke dope no more. All of a sudden, because they know the heat is on right now, and they don't know if the police is watching or if the police gonna show up at any time. And I don't look for my vehicle to be recovered. They probably already chopped it up, sold the parts, sold any valuable contents inside of the vehicle, and they probably bought them some dope, bought them something to drink, and probably bought that new car that black dude showed up with today. And it is what it is, right? But I learned something from this situation. And unfortunately, I let my insurance lapse. And this has taught me a very valuable lesson. I didn't take insurance seriously before, but I guarantee you I will now. I considered it as a hustle of the insurance companies, and I felt like they should reimburse people at the end of the year if we had no accidents or whatever, and it was extremely too high, and I need to buy chicken wings and some wigs and other stuff with that money. But now I'm looking at it from a totally different perspective. Insurance, vehicle insurance is very important. And from now on, when I get my next vehicle, I am going to keep insurance on my vehicle. If I had had my insurance current on the vehicle, I could have been on my way. They could have given me a rental car by now, and I could have been on my way to getting another vehicle, if not a brand new vehicle, and or a check, a fat check. But now I'm gonna have to work and save up and get me another vehicle. I really like the vehicle. I grew to really like it. At first, I didn't really like it because it really wasn't my type of vehicle. Because I considered it a white person's vehicle. Every race of people have their own type of vehicle. And you never see a Mexican driving a long daddy Cadillac. You never see a white person driving a pimped out Chrysler 300 or just a regular Chrysler 300. You never see a Chinese driving a Chrysler 300 or a Dodge Challenger. Right? We got our own cars. White people got their own cars. Chinese got their own cars that they drive. Mexicans got their own cars that they drive. It is what it is. So this vehicle that I had that got stolen, it was what I consider to be a white people's car. It was a Honda Jeep, and it's the type of Jeep that most white people drive. And I'm pretty sure I look so odd in it because it's a white people's type of vehicle. But I grew fond of it. It was very dependable and they're reliable. Even though it needed some work, I had just got the oil changed, just bought brand new tires, and it took me a long time to buy those tires because I believe in driving may pop tires. They may pop at any time. I believe in getting my money's worth, and I drive them down to the wire. Carmen Capone, you do? Yes, I do. I need to get my money's worth out of those tires. And a lot of these people, and that's another reason why I do my live streams. A lot of times I'm looking at the window because I could see it's a lot of traffic on this street. And I could see a lot of times these guys be walking, walking, walking. They walk so much. And a lot of that walking ain't no good. A lot of this walking, they're not walking just for their health and strength. They walking to see what they can steal. Okay? And peep out. And then they get your schedule down, your routine down, and they come back when they catch you slipping and steal. And I had some things in the back of my vehicle, And I guess it was appealing to somebody's eye. Or maybe they just want to be low down and steal. And that's what trash does. They lay around and steal, kill, and destroy. That's what trash does. So I'm not mad at trash. That's what trash do. They just did what they do. Okay? And it's a good thing that I'm not the person that I could be, because even though I don't have proof, I suspect I know who did it and how it went down. And then I don't appreciate it how they just walking by and looking at me like, what you gonna do? I did it, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? And just still disrespecting me, still talking to me crazy. And anybody else, they would not handle it like this. But it's only because I got the Lord by my side, but I got something else by my side too. And I try to let the Lord outweigh that other thing that I got on my side. And what about somebody else? They wouldn't handle it this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm saved, but a lot of people, they try to test my deliverance. And it's only because I'm going somewhere in life. I refuse to let trash cause me to lose my life and my freedom and everything that God has created me to be. And I understand that a vehicle is only a material thing. Yes, I needed this to get to and from, but God still has allowed me resources to still have transportation. Sometimes I have to wait, you know, but that's just what I have to do. In life, sometimes we have to wait anyway, even if we have a vehicle. Sometimes we gotta wait, you know. So I just categorize this as another hurdle that I have to cross and get untangled. And I'm looking at the beauty on the other side of the ugly. And it doesn't feel good to have things stolen from us, taken from us. And I feel like I've been just violated and just ripped from the inside. It does not feel good to have somebody just take what I've worked to get, and they haven't worked for it. They just come and take it. And that's why, one reason why I give police brutality a pass, but unfortunately, they won't beat the trash ass. They always end up beating a good standing civilized black person's ass because they confuse us. They don't know who's black trash and who is a civilized black person. They think that we all look alike. And I can understand how they get confused sometimes, but it would be a good thing if they would just focus on beating the ass of this black trash and doing away with the black trash. Therefore, they will stop all this stealing and purge them out of the neighborhoods. And the black trash, they are not afraid of the police. In fact, they love to go to jail. They love to go to hell. They look forward to dying. They look forward to having silver bracelets around their wrists. They think that is something special, and they live better in jail than they do on the streets because a lot of them are homeless, and they hide behind these girls with this Section 8, and they are able to operate their stealing and killing operations in that regard. And it's really disgusting. I can't stand a thief. I really can't. And to have my own, I can't prove the race of the thief, but I suspect that it was a nigger. And it really hurts that my own race of people are responsible for stealing my vehicle. And these black people, they are the main ones that'll be quick to say, we need to stick together. We need to support each other. We need to unify. We need to stop tearing each other down and build each other up. I will not unify with trash. Somebody that's trying to violate me and hurt me and harm me. I will not support it. I will not build it up. I will not unify with it. And my landlord, who is black, he said to me Saturday, or I think it was Sunday, he said to me, "You need to stop judging people, and that's your problem. And you, what did he say to me? He said, you can't get along with people." And I told him, I will not get along with trash. And he did not like what I said. I said, yeah, you do have trash hanging around here. You do rent to trash. And I can't stand it. And I will not apologize for calling it like I see it. And he told me, well, you just need to look for somewhere else to go. I said, I'm ahead of you, buddy. I really was meaning to be out of here last week. I never should have came, but I was desperate. That's why I came. But thank God I didn't get comfortable. You ain't said nothing but a word, buddy. And I will see you in court. And he think I'm bluffing because a lot of people just take that for granted when people say that they're gonna file a lawsuit and they're gonna sue him. I mean it. I said it and I mean it. I'm going to file a lawsuit against him in 2 weeks for retaliatory eviction, and he has violated the terms of our lease agreement. I have counted at least 4 different things on the agreement that he is allowing his tenants to violate. So, win, lose, or draw, I'm taking his ass to court. I'm taking that cancer rated ass to court. And he didn't show me no mercy. So I'm not gonna show him any in that regard. And I have contacted the news. I called, well, I inboxed at least 4 of them, and one of them responded. They was just being nosy. They didn't want to dig and get the rest of the story and interview me. And I intend to go further with this, and I'm going to be more vocal about this. And it has taken me being a victim of something so terrible in order for me to be voice for so many people who are afraid to speak out, especially under these circumstances. I do feel like this may possibly be a part of something bigger. I feel like I am in the middle of a possible drug ring and other suspected criminal behavior and activities. And he has indirectly sent me several veiled threats. And because he is a former policeman, that changes everything. And I feel like that may be how my vehicle got stolen so fast. He's probably still friends with current and former policemen that have connections, if you know what I mean. They do have resources to get certain things done and covered up. We all know about corruption in that regard as it relates to them. And I'm not going to go too further into that. We know how they operate, a lot of them, in a lot of cases. So, with my vehicle getting stolen just like that in the blink of an eye, I feel like that was a professional job. They have been doing that for a while. I don't think that was just a regular thug. The window wasn't broken. I didn't see any glass on the street. Nothing was left behind. It was very quick. It was very clean. And I suspect that my landlord and those 2 tenants, that white girl and that black dude with no teeth. I think all three of them had a hand in this. I can't prove it, but I do have a right to my suspicions. And like I said, with the black guy with no teeth showing up today with a brand new BMW, it makes me think he didn't have a car. He was just old rinky dinky, in my opinion, po ass black dude. Bomb. And then all of a sudden he gonna show up today with a brand new BMW. Something ain't right. And I feel like it's a reward for the job that he helped to do, possibly. And I also suspect that the landlord possibly gave or helped him to get that car now before I leave to rub it in my face. Yeah, they want me to know. They want me to feel disrespected. They want to provoke me in order to put me in that trick bag. So I'll act out and then I'll be the one to go to jail. Meanwhile, the criminals, they gonna put themselves in a victim role. I will not fall for that trick. I will not fall for that game. I see what the devil is trying to do to me. I see, but I'm not gonna fall for that trick. I'm just going to go on as hard as it is, as hurtful as it feels, as low down as it obviously is. I'm going to go on and keep my mind and spirit focused on the will of God concerning my life and develop other areas in my life and move on. And I've been packing my things today and preparing to get the hell out of here. I never should have came. And Carmen Cabone, you moving again? Hell yes, I am. My safety is in jeopardy here. And I'm not gonna wait around for them to take my life. They've already taken my vehicle. And I will not stick around for them to take my life. I should not be here this long. But anyway, my husband, he sent me some money to move, and I went and picked it up yesterday. But I had to turn around and use some of it to buy me a jacket because it had gotten cold. And my jacket, I had a jacket and a sweater in my vehicle, but they stole my vehicle, so I don't have it. So I had to go and buy me a emergency jacket last night because it got so cold, and it's still cold and raining outside, and I can't stand this cold air, and I went looking for me an electric blanket. Why does it take them so long to get the heaters and blankets at the stores? That's something that we need year round. Perhaps I need to open up a store, a business that sells heaters and electric blankets and such year round. Who is it that decide we're gonna just get cold once a year and get the stuff, the supplies to accommodate us once a year? That is so stupid. That's just like the calendars. They don't want to keep calendars in the stores year round. We need calendars year round, but they only want to get calendars once a year in January or December, the month before the new year. Maybe I need to start a calendar business too. I'm sick of it. Somebody trying to dictate when we get heaters and calendars in. Ugh. I want that kind of stuff year round, available year round. Okay. So, um, let me read y'all's comments. Uh Renal says, speaking of electric blankets, I have not been able to find one in several years. What's up with that? I don't know what's up with that, Renal. Maybe I need to start us a business, honey, so we can have electric blankets year round. Because I want one when I want one, not when the stores want me to have one. Okay. And somebody told me today that they saw one at a thrift shop wrapped in plastic for $5. It made me ill because that is a still. You understand? Oh my gosh. And somebody also said that the electric blankets are possibly dangerous because they radiate, that radiation or whatever. But I just pray to God that He keeps me safe because I do like those electric blankets. I love them, and I like those. Um, the electric blanket. It's not electric blanket. It's actually an electric fitted sheet. Honey, I'm like a little toasted Bonnie in the middle of all that. I like to put that electric fitted sheet on the bottom and then have my electric blanket on top and have the heater on about 70, 75. Yes, that is comfortable. I can't stand to be cold. I can't stand all this shaking like I'm gonna have a seizure. Oh, I can't stand it. Oh, I can't stand all this shaking, and I can't stand for my feet to get cold either. I can't stand it, and I don't like to wear socks. I can't stand wearing them socks, and especially in bed. Oh, I can't stand it. I want to be wild and free. And I really miss my vehicle. I grew to have a special relationship with my vehicle, and we formed a bond. And I even did some of my videos, my live streams in the vehicle when I would be driving down the street. Y'all remember, right? And you all were a part of the vehicle. I brought you all into the vehicle. So we have been a lot of places, seen a lot of things, and I cried in the vehicle. I cussed a lot of MFs out in the vehicle. I laughed in the vehicle. We had a lot of bumps and turns in the vehicle, a lot. And it's really, really awful that trash has taken the vehicle, but I pray to God that no good comes to the trash that's responsible for stealing my vehicle. I want all harm, HARM, to come to those who are responsible for stealing my vehicle and putting their paws on my vehicle. I want all harm to come to them. Absolutely. And may they be cursed with a curse forevermore, and the wrath of God utterly consume them, and so much more. I want a lot of terrible things to happen to them. Lots of tragedies, after tragedies, and more tragedies over and over and over again. And I'm looking forward to getting another vehicle. I wanted another one anyway, but I was taking my time to get it. But now I'm gonna have to accelerate that perhaps. But it's good that we have resources like Uber. I've never used the official Uber, but I hear that it's very reliable. And we do have those scooters, that company that I'm thinking they're in every city. I saw an interview that the local news station did with the CEO that owns the scooter. It may be more than one company, but one particular company. They have scooters, all over the city where you can rent them for $90 a month, and it's like a lease to own program. You have to go to a 4-hour class. And they have a off-duty policeman giving instructions for the class, and you get a special driver license, and it's less $90 a month. I'm thinking that's less than $3 a day, which is pretty good. And they even have a little compartment under the seat where you can store things, a little bit of your things, like a little lunch or a drink or whatever. So it's very nice. And, you know, I'm thinking that might be okay. I might do that. If the weather is nice, I guess it's nice to do that. And they do have what is it? They have the scooters and they also have the bicycles that we can rent also. And I'm surprised that none of this trash haven't stole those scooters and those bicycles. Because I see them all over town just sitting around, and I cannot believe. I bet you they have tried these thieving, roguish trash. I bet they have tried to steal them, but they probably got them fixed in such a way where they are disabled as soon as they steal them, which is good. And I wish I had had some type of alarm or something on my vehicle, but I didn't because I've never been in, and I try to be very careful not to be in, high crime areas. But this neighborhood, it's always been a high crime neighborhood, but it has certain pockets where it's worse than others. And I have lived over here when I first came to Memphis. And after I left, I said I would never, ever, ever come back to this area. But it was because I was desperate after I left the hotel. The hotel was awful. So it was after I left the hotel because the hotel had them roaches and they had all of that uh disturbia disturbance over there. Oh my god, it was awful at that hotel. And I was ready to go. So I was desperate. So I came over here, and I never should have came over here. It's partly my fault because I never should have come over here. And a lot of these people they have these ads in the paper and trying to make it seem like it's one way, but it's really another. And they only care about the cash. They only care about the money, and they don't care how the tenants have to get the money. That's probably why this landlord that I presently have, he's turning a blind eye to this suspected criminal activity. I told him repeatedly that there is suspected prostitution and drug sales and drug use going on. I smell the marijuana constantly, and he does not care. He's told me to shut up in so many words. So I'm just going to take my little journal that I have been jotting down all this and his lease agreement that he is allowing the trash to violate. I'm going to take my little journal over to the court and I'm going to file a lawsuit and fire that ass up on a legal level and go from there. Yeah, we're going to fire that ass up on a legal level. And I'm not going to let him get away with all of this. I have been subjected to adverse actions as a relate of his um, failure to act responsibly in his role as a landlord. And he is liable. He is very liable. And we're not gonna argue back and forth on the phone like he's been wanting to do. I'm not gonna let him talk to me any kind of way and antagonize me. He's probably recording me on the phone. No, we're not gonna hold court on the phone. We're not gonna hold court in person over here where he can threaten me and all this stuff. We're going to hold court in the court of law. And if he has some pull over there, so do I. I have God. So, God can supersede all of those connections that he got over there. I don't care. And I'm not going to be intimidated because he used to be a cop. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Right is right, wrong is wrong. Even though we live in a world where, there is corruption, even when the other party is right, they have a way of doing what they do. But I have God on my side, and I don't care nothing about the devil and its demons. I sure don't. I sure don't. I do not. And it just makes me sick that Satan and these demons are just running rampant all over the earth. And they live to do wrong from one day to the next. over and over again, violating the law, doing things that are awful and illegal. And they are protected a lot of times by law. And, you know, something has to be done to stop it and to stand up against it. Otherwise, evil will continue to prevail in that regard. And I also saw something that I want to look into when I get my next vehicle. You know how Cadillac has that OnStar navigation where they can locate your car if it's stolen right away by the satellites and such. I saw something today online about fleet tracking software. I don't know if you all know anything about that, but I think I'm going to look into that also. And I'm going to try my best to secure my next vehicle as much as possible. This has been a treacherous incident that I never ever want to encounter again and be subjected to. And, you know, it's just really necessary to keep vehicle insurance on your vehicle. I have learned my lesson, and I do intend to get house, or if I'm staying in an apartment when I move here, I want to get cameras. You know, they do have that Ring doorbell where it has a camera included. That is very, very necessary in these days and times that we live in, because we got trash all around. That the trash has no limits, no boundaries. They don't stay confined to low class neighborhood. They like to go into high class neighborhood and middle class neighborhoods too. They like to go into the country, the suburbs too. They just wander around ready to steal, especially as it gets closer to the holidays like it is now. So I have helped Trash get some holiday money and some holiday gifts and some holiday food for their table as it relates to them stealing my vehicle. And I hope they choke on it and have unlimited diarrhea in that regard. I hope they bleed out of their butt and their colon too, as it relates to blood money that they have gotten from stealing from me. I can't stand a thief. I can't stand a thief. Roguish motherfuckers just walking around stealing and looking under everybody else's stuff and waiting for them to relax so they can slip up and steal. I can't stand an old nasty hand thief. I can't stand them. And I think the law needs to get tougher because what we're doing is not working. These people steal, go to jail, and get out and steal again. They just keep on stealing. And a lot of them steal for a lifetime. Every time they get out of jail, they steal again. And something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. If I was president, I would cut off their motherfucking hands after they steal. After they found to be guilty of stealing the first time, your motherfucking hands ought to get cut the fuck off. That's what I say. Then you won't be able to steal again. They better be glad I'm not the president and I can't have things my way because I cut off their motherfucking hand. I promise to God I would. And I bet you they couldn't steal no more. I bet you they couldn't steal no more. Old roguish motherfuckers. I can't stand them. And, ooh, it just makes me sick. It just makes me sick how they walk around just stealing. Stealing motherfuckers. I can't stand a thief. And, ooh, My God, something needs to be done about these roguish motherfuckers. And man, oh man, it just makes me have one more reason why I can't stand trash. One more reason why I can't stand niggas. One more reason why I can't stand roguish motherfuckers. And I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. I really am. I am sick of them. I am. Whew. The truth guy is asking, did I file a police report? I did. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the police is not going to do nothing. They are not concerned. They really are not. They really are not. And that's just standard procedure. After you file a police report, then what? Then what? Then what? You know. Will you tell me then what? The truth guy. Then what? If they're not concerned, you can't make them be concerned. You can't make them look for it. You can't make them hold the roguish motherfuckers accountable, especially if the roguish motherfucker is part of them. Do you understand me? I'm not even gonna play that game. I'm not even gonna worry and waste my time playing that game because I feel like my landlord is possibly responsible for this, and he used to be a former cop. And if he used to be one, he has likely friends that still are. So you think when I file the police report, how far do you think that's going to go? How far do you think that's going to go? How far? Yes, Aaliyah. I think so too, Aaliyah. I think so too. And earlier, when I was talking about this, the Wi-Fi cut off. The chat got disabled. Yeah, 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 Leah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yes, Aaliyah. Yes. So it is what it is. And when I told him repeatedly that I suspect that other girl was prostituting, he didn't want me to talk about it. He didn't want to listen. He didn't want to hear it. When I told him that I suspect that they are selling drugs around here, he didn't want to hear it. He did not want to hear it. And he got mad at me for talking about it. So that has told me everything I need to know about him. And the last thing that he said to me Sunday When I continued talking about it, he said to me, "You really are starting to annoy me and piss me off, and I'm getting ready to do something about it." We all know what that means, right? We all know what that means, right? And at this point, I don't have nothing else to say to him, and I am not going to meet with him by myself anymore. I don't feel safe around him because of his veiled threats to me, and he has made it clear that I'm not going to get in the way of his suspected illegal business. He is providing shelter and protection for these people who are his tenants while they operate a suspected illegal set of activities. That is very clear to me. That is very clear to me. And Sunday, after the day after my vehicle was stolen, he came over here, and usually he will call before he comes, but Sunday, and I saw his vehicle when he pulled up, and I immediately got concerned, and I felt like he was coming over here to do something to me. And I immediately got on the phone and called 911. What good that's gonna do. But anyway, and my little weapon that I had, I got that in preparation, and I heard him come in, and I thought he was coming back here where I was. So I locked the door and put something in front of it here in this bedroom, even though he could bust the door open, right? I really thought he was coming to do something to me. I'm not being dramatic. I'm not making nothing up. I'm being serious, okay? I'm being serious. And I went into the bathroom and I called 911, and I was talking like this. I was talking like at this tone, like this. And I said, and this ragged ass phone, I'm so sick of this raggedy motherfucker. When you need some help, you don't need no raggedy ass phone. And sometimes people can't hear me on the phone. Sometimes they can. I don't know why the fuck they can't. And I said, "Ma'am, my landlord has come over here. We are having problems. I think he's coming to do something to me to cause me some harm. And I want you to stay on the line and listen because I think he's fixing to come in here and do something to me. Will you please stay on the line?" And here she is. "I can't hear you. Can you speak up? Something's going on with your phone, ma'am. Hello? Hello?" And I'm looking at the fucking phone like this. And I'm saying to myself, this is not the time for this. And I said again, I was trying to keep calm and talk low so this motherfucker, the landlord, couldn't hear me because he had already come in here. I could hear him in up there in the hallway. And that's another thing. Violation. because they are supposed to call you ahead of time and let you know that they are entering your place. They are not supposed to just show up. And he's done that so many times. And I'm going to mention that in the lawsuit. And I didn't know what he was doing, but I knew he had come in and he had gotten quiet in the hallway. And I'm like, what is he doing? Is he getting ready to bust the door down? What is he getting ready to do? And I was so nervous, and my heart was beating so fast. And I was mad at that motherfucking dispatcher because she could act like she couldn't hear me. And I said, those motherfuckers, they will get you killed. Them motherfucking dispatchers. You know, that's what happened to Lorenzen Wright, right? The basketball player. He was calling to get some help, and that stupid ass dispatcher heard the gunshots and then still didn't do nothing, still didn't call her supervisor dumb. And I bet a lot of people done got killed like that, fucking around with them stupid ass special needs dispatchers. A lot of them need to be thrown in the trash with the trash. And I said again, I'm trying to talk low, but I'm also trying to expedite because I don't know what's fixing to happen. And I said, ma'am, somebody has entered my place. I'm having problems with this person, and I want you to stay on the line and listen in case he tries to do something to me. I want you to be a witness. Keep the line open, please. And she still acted like she couldn't hear me. I said, fuck. So I just hung up the phone. I said, well, I had to hang up because she had hung up on me. I said, damn. So the only thing that I could think of, if he comes in, I'll just have to climb my fat ass out this motherfucking bathroom window and run into the street and holler and scream, and hopefully somebody will stop and help me. Okay. That's the only thing I could think of. Because if he used to be a policeman, he's likely going to try to use that to his benefit. He knows how to manipulate the law in his favor. He knows how to lie and make it look like I'm doing something to him. And that's another reason why I got to get the fuck out of here. I don't want no part of that. And oh my God. Oh my God. He could also, because of him being a former cop, he could do something to me and make it seem like I was presenting a threat to him, especially if it's just me and him in here one on one. And I'm not fixing to do that. I'm not fixing to be in here by myself with him. No, no, no. Boy, I sure do know how to put myself in some real fucked up situations, right? And this is real fucked up. But I pray to God that He will keep me safe and get me the fuck out of here. They already done stole my vehicle, and I don't intend for them to steal my life. Roguish motherfuckers. And last night, I seen 3 vehicles driving by real slow. And I said, something don't feel right. And that landlord, he done get real mad. And my other neighbor, he done got mad at him too because of how he talked to him. And he said he's gonna move out this week too. And he asked me about moving with me. So I'm fine with it. We move together and split the rent. That'll help me out. And that landlord, he's gonna be so mad because he's real money hungry. He loves money, 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 money. Everything is about money with him. And I can't stand a person like that. And because my other neighbor has said that he's going to move out too, he told him that today. He might think that I am influencing my neighbor to move out. He gonna think that I got something to do with it. And then it's a coincidence. Both of us moving out at the same time. Oh my gosh. But Aaliyah, you don't know which way it could go. You know what I mean, Aaliyah? You don't know which way in a situation like this, you don't know which way it could go. You understand me, Aaliyah? It's like a sort of a Pandora's box. You don't know which way it's gonna go. Especially if you don't even know these people. You know, you don't even know these people. OMG. I'm gonna be so glad to get out of here though. I really am. And the place where I'm going is very close to the new job that I just started. And I think I'm gonna like the job. I think I am. I needed to take a break today to recover because they worked the hell out of me. They didn't really work the hell out of me, but I'm not used to working. I hadn't been working for a long time because of my injury. And man, they really broke me in yesterday. Oh my gosh. So I walked to the dollar store a while ago to get me some insoles for my shoes. My feet was hurting so bad yesterday. I mean, I was broke down. Do y'all know when I got off, I got a ride. Somebody gave me a ride to Walmart, and I really appreciated that because my husband sent me some money, and I had to spend some of the money. That was the money I was gonna use to move, but I had to spend the money to pay two different people for a ride to work and a ride back. So I wasn't able to move yesterday. Plus, OMG, the place where I was gonna move, like I said before, a lot of these people, they have a way of deceiving people when they put the ad online or wherever. They make it seem like one way, but when you see the place, it's another. And thank God that I asked him to see the place because I was gonna just go on straight over there, move my stuff. And he came over to my job, the man that I was gonna rent from, and helped me move my stuff over there. And I really appreciated that. He was so nice. But I found out he was so nasty too. And God bless him. God bless him. And he was playing gospel music in his truck. And I said, Lord, be a pot of pine saw over this man. Whew! Good God Almighty. I know everybody wasn't raised the same, but everybody needs to be raised right at some point. Okay. Be raised from the filth. Be raised from the stinkiness. Okay. Be delivered from the funk. And this man, I tried to give his truck a pass because he's a working man. He says he does construction and building houses for a living. I tried to give him a pass based on that. But his truck was so filthy. I guess yesterday was filthy truck day because that was the second or third stinking vehicle I had got in. Man, when you don't have a vehicle, you at the mercy of people. And you can't, you shouldn't get in everybody's vehicle, Jesus Christ. Because everybody don't have the same morals and principles as others, okay? And the man that gave me the ride, I was going to rent from him. He told me he had a big house. Now listen at this lie. He said, "Yeah, my house is real big, and I'm gonna make it a duplex, and I'm gonna build a wall, and I'm gonna stay on one side, and you can stay on the other side, and I'm gonna rent it for $800 a month, utilities included." And I said, "Really? That's what I've been looking for." And he described it and said the rooms was real big. And I said to myself, I can use one room for my studio, to do my live streams and my radio show and so on and so forth. And the other room for my other clothes and get my stuff out the storage and blah blah blah. And the other room for my bedroom. And then I have a little living room and the kitchen and blah blah blah. I just had it all pictured one way. But I noticed something. When I asked him if I could look at it on our way from my job when he picked me up, he kind of stalled and stuttered, and then he was like, "Yeah, I guess we can go on over there. I need to pick something up, and I need to go to Home Depot and blah blah blah. But I guess we can go over there." And I noticed it was a little reluctancy, a little hesitation. And before, when we was talking on the phone, it was that same hesitation in his voice when he was describing the house. And something told me something ain't right. And he was kind of quiet on the ride over there. And something told me that I need to prepare and buckle up because I'm fixing to see some bullshit. And I was so scared I was going to see some bullshit. And I prayed. I said, God, please don't let this be some mess. Please let this be a nice house. Please let me like it, God. So when we got over there and that truck started to slow down in that neighborhood that we was going through, and based on the houses that we was looking at, well, I was looking at on the left and on the right, that was an indication that it wasn't gonna be too good. So when he finally got to the house and turned into the driveway, I said, "Oh my God." Now the outside of the house wasn't that bad, but it wasn't good either. And when I went inside, I could barely get through the door. Now I know I'm fat, but I'm not that fucking fat, okay? Oh my God. He had been building the wall and you can barely get in there. And there was so much other junk in that little breezeway. And I said to myself, well, he is doing some construction. So let's go on. Let's proceed and see what else the house has to offer. And honey, it was so stinking in that house. And he said the people that you used to live there, a female and a dude, a couple, they was not clean. And they had holes all in the wall. They used to smoke. And they were so nasty. He said he had to take the refrigerator out back and let it air out, which meant it probably had roaches in it, and it probably had roaches in the wall. And they was gonna be my special guest after I moved in. You know that, right? Probably some rats too. And I was looking through the house, and this other guy that was in there, he was doing some construction work. And you know how something is so appalling, the people can't even look at you. They can't even look at you in the face. And I noticed he couldn't look at me. And the guy that was there helping him to do some work in the house, he couldn't look at me either because he knew it was a bunch of mess. And I tried to be optimistic. I tried to see the good in the house. And I really couldn't see nothing that was good. And, he's going to do some work in the house, but still, it might be real nice when he finishes. But right now, I can't see myself paying $1, let alone $800 a month, even though it even has utilities included. I gotta feel good about spending my money and laying my head down in a place. And I didn't even feel good with my feet on that floor. It's gonna require so much cleaning. He needs to take the roof off and let it air out, okay? And he opened up the windows while I was there. And I want to say, man, will you open up the walls too? It's funky in here. Man, it's been so much ass wide open in that joint on a constant basis. Ugh. How can people be okay with being nasty as fuck? I don't understand because I wasn't raised nasty. And some people so comfortable being nasty. Ugh. And they lay up and screw in filth, smoke in filth, drink in filth, wallow in filth, look at TV with their legs cocked up in filth. And I learned yesterday, it's a lot of nasty motherfuckers in this city. It's a lot of them. And they are immune, possibly, to being nasty. And I was not raised like that. I can't get down with it. I can't. And I was just numb after I left that house. And I'm pretty sure he was wondering what I was thinking because everything was quiet in his truck on the way to Home Depot. And I was tired. I was hurting from that job. And he stayed in Home Depot so long. And I was so mad. And I was trying to call for somebody to come pick me up. And everybody was playing games. Man, when you don't have no transportation, these people will act a fool with you. And some of them be lying like they got something to do. Some of them lie like they gonna come pick you up and they don't even never show up. But it ain't nothing like them tables turning, and they do turn. And then they don't wanna deal with it when the tables turn. But anyway, God sees it all. Okay. And I would say something else, but I'm gonna clamp my tongue and keep it moving and talk about something else. But I saw this other house, and I think I'm gonna go there because it's like 5 minutes from my job, and the bus runs right there, and I can't stand riding that bus. But I won't have to ride it very long, and you know, and some of these people that be on Facebook, the bootleg Uber drivers, they make me sick. Why do you post anybody want to ride? And then when I ask and respond to the post, they don't say nothing. And Facebook, unlike Instagram, you can see when somebody don't receive your message. It'll have that little check mark in that circle right there in the lower right corner. And I sent a whole lot of people on Facebook, even though you gotta be careful about getting in strangers' car. It ain't no different than a taxi and or the city bus. Okay, you taking a chance either way it go. And I sent a whole lot of people a message and responded to their post and telling them that I wanted a ride. And do you know most all of them people would not respond. Some of these are some of the most retarded motherfuckers I ever seen in this city right here. I think most of them related. I really do. Because most of them look just alike. They probably got the same dad and just don't know it. And that's why they so motherfucking retarded. No offense to the retarded people. And so I called today to get the schedule for the bus, but my neighbor said that he would take me, even though I really don't have no money to be paying him. But I was gonna ride the bus because it's supposed to be a little cheaper. But I hope I can rely on my neighbor, because some people tell you they'll do something, then you know when it's time to do it, it'll be something else. And then some of them act like they don't hear you calling them and blah blah blah. But I hope it don't be that situation. But I'm really looking forward to moving, and I talked to the man, and it always start off real good. And some of these people, they have a different side to them once they get you moved in. I have experienced that so many times, but I'm praying that he will be a real good, upstanding landlord. And after this, I want my next move to be my best move, because I intend to buy me some land and then get me either a home built, or maybe to already have a home. I saw something, I think it was online last night. It was very ideal. They had like 18 acres of land in a little small house already on the land. And I think they had some horses or something on it. And I saw somebody on Facebook, they sell manufactured homes, beautiful manufactured homes. I mean, they look better than some of these mansions. Oh my gosh, outstanding, outstanding. And I contacted the person that was a representative, and they live, I think, in New Mexico. And I was looking on their page. I had never considered New Mexico, but from looking on his page, I said I might need to consider New Mexico and find out if they have any races over there. What's the races ratio? And what type of economy do they have? Do they have any jobs? It looks very nice and serene and peaceful over there in New Mexico. So I think I'm going to consider that if I can get the man to respond to my inquiry. I don't know why so many of these people post an ad on Facebook and then they don't want to respond. That gets on my nerves. It really does. But they'll respond to certain people, I notice. And then you got the liars. I didn't get this message until now. Liar. You know, these liars don't care what they say. They just lie. Huh. But anyway, I'm looking forward to getting my own land. I should have gotten it a long time ago. Land is very important, and it is a very great investment also because you can always lease land as well as sell it, keep it and sell it later on for much more than what you paid for it. And it's nothing like your own. And I had it on my mind when I first started working when I was 18. It was on my mind. And I should have done it then because a lot of this land that used to be like $500 an acre is now $500,000 an acre. Ugh, ridiculous how they're taking advantage of people. But anyway, there are so many options when it comes to land. And I had a website and they had land all over America, good plush land for different prices, different areas, depending on the area. And I want to be out in the country. But this time I'm going to get me a life alert bracelet and a necklace and a foot bracelet too. In case something happens. Last time God gave me what I wanted. I was out in the country, way out in the country in Mississippi, and I fell down the stairs. And thank God I didn't break my foot or my hip or my ass. Thank God I didn't die. But it sure felt like I was falling off of a cliff. I had never experienced anything like that before in my life. And my foot immediately started swelling, and it got to be the size about 10 times the size of its normal size. And I had never experienced anything like that before in my life. And I really could have been dead. And I would have laid in the floor for weeks until somebody found me because my husband was in Mexico at the time. And my landlord at the time, she didn't come over there until rent time. So it was several weeks before rent was due. And I would have just laid in the floor stinking until somebody found me. If I had died, thank God I didn't die. Thank God I didn't have anything broken but my spirit and my heart. Man, my ass was hurting so bad and my foot. And my foot is still in recovery, but it's much better than what it was. And man, oh man, I have a lawsuit pending about that also because the landlord is liable um in that situation. And what else do I want to say? Um oh, my lips are so chapped up. I cannot stand for my lips to be chapped up. And when it gets cold, my lips start acting a fool. And they really be chapped up year round. But in the winter time, like it is now, getting be cold. Why is it so cold? Usually it get cold around the end of October. What's up with this cold air? I can't stand it. And what's up with Candy from Escape and Real Housewives of Atlanta? She wanna be a madam so bad. Oh, disgusting slut. A mother carrying on like she is doing. Did y'all see that mess? The dungeon party? She wants to be a whore, a glorified whore so bad, but she's not qualified. Look at that mouth, that Joker mouth. I can't stand her mouth, the way it looks. And she's a horrible representation of a mother. Just look at just trash. Trash, trash, trash. But anyway, moving right along. mm, mm. Anyway, yeah. I gotta get in the bed because I gotta get rested up before I go to this job. I gotta pack my lunch. And I hope that big water jug head motherfucker don't be sitting at the lunch table looking at me, hoping for a chance to ask me for my phone number and ask me, you married? You got somebody? Because he gonna get rejected. I'm so sick of him already. Looking at me. Looking at me. Licking his lips. Fat motherfucker. What I look like? Fat and hooking up with somebody else that's fat. I know that's in style, but I'm not wanting to be a participant. I don't want my big stomach rubbing up against another big stomach. No, thank you. And then he ugly. Ugh. I cannot stand when ugly dudes find me attractive. Find the ham attractive. Find a cheeseburger attractive. Find the pizza, the chicken, all that attractive. Leave me alone. Okay? Ooh, I don't want to be bothered with you. Why can't these good looking men look at me like that? I can't get them to stare at me at the break table at the job. It's always these ugly, fat motherfuckers. Oh, and it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. Okay? It insults the hell out of me for an ugly, fat dude to find me attractive and want to hit on me. Oh, do I look like Mrs. Winters? Do I? I guess I smell like chicken. Chicken? I guess I smell like chicken residue because I'm fat. I guess I smell like vegetable oil. Okay, but I still don't want him. That's what he find attractive. The cookie residue on me. The chicken wing sauce is lingering around me. He sees the possibilities of a buffet date. Bitch, big bitch. I can't stand him already. Already. And I'm gonna give him a nasty look tomorrow if he sit at the break table looking at me. The only thing you can give me is a ride. That's all I need from you. And I really don't want you to give me a ride, fat motherfucker. Oh, I can't stand him. And he got a real big old head. Why is his head so motherfucking big? I mean, it's a big motherfucker. I bet his mammy still is in recovery from pushing that big ass head out of her hole. Okay. But anyway, I don't want him. And I'm gonna hurt his feelings if he sit at that table looking at me again. I'm not gonna keep on turning around. I'm gonna sit at that break table in peace, okay? And some people come to the job looking for dick, looking for pussy. I'm not one. I'm looking for the chick, okay? That's all I'm looking for. I don't want no motherfucking problem. I don't want to hook up. I don't want no work husband, okay? I don't want to mess around. I don't want no booty call. I'm already got problems with the manager being my ex booty call. That's enough problems as it is. I'm trying to sit there and try to focus on how I'm gonna recover on my break. Cause I'm just stressed the fuck out with the manager being my ex booty call. And I'm trying to ignore him while I'm on the clock. Then I'm on my break. I'm still got problems with that big head motherfucker trying to see if he can get around making eye contact with me. You know that's how it started. You make eye contact. You build some chemistry. You feel some motherfucking butterflies in your stomach. And all I feel for him is vomit in my stomach. Okay? I don't feel no butterflies. And I don't want to. You know, some people desperate. I'm not desperate. I'm disgusted with him. And I feel like if I tell him that, he gonna tell the manager, and the manager already ready to get me fired because he don't appreciate me being his ex booty call coming up there being employee. And I'm trying to act like I don't even know him, and that's gonna make him mad. The fact that I'm acting like I don't know him and we ain't got no past. Oh, why do I always get into these situations? Why do I? Huh? Can anybody tell me? Why do I always get in some fucked up shit? Huh? Why I can't live a normal life, whatever that is, normal life, without this bullshit? Why? Can anybody tell me, please? But anyway, anyway, here I am, a vehicle less girl in the struggle and trying to catch a ride. Not trying to catch a ugly ass dude's eye. But I guess I done caught that too. And I feel bad for him because he ain't get nothing but denied and rejected. Why would he set himself up like that? I wouldn't do that to myself. You know, I find somebody like The Rock, where I used to. I really don't find him attractive now, but I used to find him attractive. I know I don't stand a chance with The Rock. Why would I email The Rock or go up to his dressing room trying to hit on him when I already know I'm not qualified? He gonna reject me. Okay? Why would I do that to myself? I know we are in the era where they say and they encourage you to shoot your best shot. But sometimes you gotta remember that you gotta be qualified. Okay? Some people are desperate, but I am not. Okay? Okay. Will y'all please email or text that big head motherfucker on my job and tell him that? I'm not desperate and I don't want him. I want me another motherfucking ride. Okay? So I can get off these feet that's hurting. All right. All right. Okay, you guys. With that being said, you all have a great night. I gotta get in this bed and pack my lunch first so I can get rested and try to get to this job on time after I hustle me a ride. Cause these roguish motherfuckers done stole my vehicle and I don't appreciate it. But anyway, God bless you all. If you got a vehicle tonight, protect it with all your might. Get you an alarm. Keep your insurance paid on it. Because there's some roguish motherfuckers out here amongst us looking for a chance to steal your vehicle for the holidays so they can get them a holiday meal and some gifts and some dope to smoke and something to drink. Don't let them do it. Don't let them have a good holiday at your expense. Protect your shit. Okay? All right. Okay, you guys. You guys have a great night. I have enjoyed you all very, very much. And I'll see you on the next live stream. Until then, have a great night and try to protect your possessions from these roguish motherfuckers. Okay? Don't give these roguish motherfuckers a chance. because they out here and they waiting to steal with a roguish ass. I can't stand them. I can't stand a thief. Oh, it just makes me sick. They need their paws chopped off. That's what they need. That's what they need. Okay? That's what they need. They need it real bad. They need their asses beat. They need the roguishness beat out of them. They need what do they need? They need I can't say what they need because that'll get me kicked off of YouTube and something else. So I'm gonna stop right there. But we all know what these roguish motherfuckers need, right? We know what these thieves need. We know what they need. So we're gonna leave it right there, okay? And those of you that don't know, just fill in the blank concerning what the roguish motherfuckers need. Yeah, that right there. That's what they need. Yeah, that right there. What you're thinking? That's what they need. Roguish motherfuckers. I can't stand them. I really can't. But anyway, you guys have a great night, and I will be careful, and I will be avoiding these roguish motherfuckers as possible. I've been trying, but they still stole from me. And may God do justice on my behalf as it relates to that. Okay, you guys, have a great night. Peace. And pray for my feet, my back, and my neck at that job tomorrow. And may my ex booty call stay out of my face and out of my way and don't cause me no problems on his job. Ugh. I'm so sick of him walking up behind me and on the side of me, wanting me to acknowledge him, want me to say something to him, and playing all that nasty music that's very inappropriate and unprofessional in the workplace. Okay. Mm. I do not want a second round with him. I don't want him saying nothing to me because it's very awkward. Ugh. Lord have mercy. The situations that I get myself in. Lord have mercy. Out of all the jobs in the whole city, I would go to one where my ex is a manager over me. Lord have mercy. Okay, it is what it is, right? I just hope he don't try to get me fired. I hope he don't try to be low down to me. Because I'll keep on ignoring him. I don't want to talk to him. But how long can I do that? How long? How long? I'm so sick of him. He come over here and stand up by me, and I look over there and start talking to her. And if he come over there and start looking, I'll look over there and start talking to him. And if he come up the front, I'm looking down and brushing this imaginary stuff off of my shirt until he leaves. He know I'm ignoring him. He know I am, and you know that's gonna make him mad. And if tomorrow I do it again, how long do you think I can ignore him and get away with it? How long? He not gonna stand for it very long. But I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. I really don't. And I don't want to rekindle the flame. I don't want him. I don't want to fool him. No. 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 This is real awkward. Do y'all know that? I don't want to hook up with him, Roy. Who is this? Renee. I don't want to hook up with him no more. I don't want no more of that. because I didn't like it the first time. Look, and his mouth is not looking right. What is going on with his mouth? He has a mouth, not a mouth. A mouth, Mouf, mouth. You know, some of them mouths that don't be looking too good. That's a mouth. And he been doing some questionable things with that mouth. That mouth ain't looking good. I don't know what he's been doing, and I really don't care. And I just want to ignore him, but he's not gonna let me do it. I know he's not gonna let me do it. So I gotta walk a fine line at that job. Cause he just waiting on me to mess up. He just waiting. And that's gonna make him feel good and big. Cause he the man in charge and he can get me back for how I showed out on him on Facebook. You know. He gonna try to get me back. I hope he don't act a fool with me. I hope he don't. I hope everything be smooth and but you know, this is a nigga. So, like my aunt said, and I believe my aunt, God rest her soul, she said, she used to say all the time, when a nigga get through being a nigga, it ain't nothing but a nigga. Okay? And I just hope he don't act a nigga with me. I hope he going about his business and leave me alone. Okay? And just let me make my few dollars and get on out of there. Okay? Because I got things to do. I got things to do, okay? I ain't got time to be fooling with him. And I want him to go on about his business. Because that's what I intend to do. All right. Okay, you guys have a great night. Thank you for joining the live stream. I enjoyed you all very, very much. And we will talk again real soon. Holla at your girl. Peace. I cannot believe we've been on here 2 hours. I enjoyed you all very much. Thank you for tuning in. And God bless all of you, except the trolls. Except the trolls and the trash. Everybody else, peace.